Hello, YouTube followers. Today I'm going to talk about motivation, meditation, and inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. So today my motivation is going to be about a little bit and using your breath a little bit each day. So I want to motivate you to see that when you do try to do, the little bit becomes a lot. So when you utilize the ability to give yourself the chance to try new things and to think positive, you actually find the best place that you are inside. So this place inside yourself is a place of reflection. And as you see who you are and you go through the things that you're going to go through in your day, you can identify that just doing a little bit each day goes a long way. So if you can see this, then you can utilize it in your everyday, and it will become a part of your every way. One of those ways happens to utilize your breath. Now, when we motivate ourselves to use our breath, one of the best parts is the inhale. So as we recognize that we are breathing and we put ourselves in a place to push ourselves forward through thinking thoughts of positivity, we actually see that the place that we are is great. As we see that the place we are is great, we can actually see that the things that we are doing are making us great. So the little that we do goes a long way, and it creates a lot of great parts of ourselves. So when we see this part of ourselves, we grow from within, and we recognize that the situations that we are going through are making us great inside. The reflection from the inside shows outwards. So as this reflection shows from the inside out, a little bit becomes a lot. So just doing a little bit each day changes you slowly over time. So through utilizing and understanding who we are, and that the things that we go through on a daily basis are there for us, and giving ourselves the ability to become motivated to work on them a little bit each day will make us strong, and through that strength we'll find ourselves. Using the strength inside yourself is a beautiful place. The strength that you have helps you to grow. The growth that you see can be internal as well as reflecting on the outside. Understanding that when we motivate ourselves and we help other people, we find the place inside of ourselves is beauty. And I want to motivate you and ask you, if you do a little bit each day, you will become stronger inside. The external will become that place from inside of yourself. Just a little bit of breathing strength each day gives you the ability to change the way that you feel inside, and the outside becomes that reflection. So identifying who we are from within ourselves, the things that we go through on a daily basis, gives us the ability to find the beauty inside of ourselves. That beauty inside of ourselves is called self-reflection. So the strength inside of you can motivate you to become stronger, and the people around you will see that in way of focus. And the knowledge that you have inside of yourself being used with the right angle is a beautiful thing, because as you see and you look from the angle inside of yourself, you can motivate yourself, you can motivate the people around you, you can change the situations around you. And through using the positivity and choosing to think on positive thoughts, we become very motivated and grateful for all the things that we do have in our lives. So that beauty inside of ourselves is a beautiful place of strength, self-growth. Motivation is a place of growth. So when we see this and we identify this, we find the beauty and the strength within ourselves. So things such as simple as just learning to breathe just a little bit each day, finding a way to breathe every day, becoming motivated to be the person that we are inside, to put out the types of things that brings us closer to the reflection of who we want to be, finds the beauty inside of ourselves, and through doing so, the strength inside of us shows a reflection outwards. So find the place inside of you. I want to motivate you to do the things that you love to do, to be the person that you want to be, to know the person that you are, and to understand that elevating yourself to a higher level of knowledge and focus is a great place to be. Next, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to start talking about what's known as meditation. So if we breathe just a little bit each day, and we just do a little bit each day, the change that can come out of it is great. One of those places is called the inhaling breath. So when we start to use our inhale, we start to actually feel the strength coming into our bodies. So when we recognize that the strength is coming into our bodies and that we're using it in such a way that we are able to grow, the lessons and the knowledge can expand inside of ourselves, opening up for our focus inside of ourselves. So when we inhale and we allow ourselves to have that kind of a focus to bring the energy into our body, we're welcoming ourselves to start learning from ourselves. So it's very great to have the student in the classroom. So recognizing that you are very simple and that the things that you go through on a daily basis are very special to you, and the lessons that you have learned from your pasts and what's going on as you are going through them, and that your future is great and the focus that you have has connection to you, you can actually bring yourself to where you will find the inner self. The strength inside of you is a beautiful thing, because as you strengthen your body, you also have the ability to learn from yourself. That center place called stillness is a place where you learn how to open the chambers inside of yourself through the energy fields that exist inside of you. When you can identify this and you can learn from the chambers inside your body, which are energy fields, which many call chakras or energy fields, we find that the place inside of ourselves is a very special thing. And the growth inside of ourselves happens as simple as just trying to utilize the breath a little bit each day. A little bit goes a long way when you do it on a constant basis. So if you find the strength inside of yourself to grow every single day, the breath will grow with you, and the strength inside of you will show as a reflection on the outside. When you identify that you are great inside of you and you're learning from the lessons inside of yourself, you can utilize these things just like a student going into the classroom. So as you sit down at the desk, which is you, as you welcome yourself into the place of yourself, into your own journey, you start to learn from yourself. Now, as you start to do so, the focus hits a place of study. So as you study on that still breath, the teacher teaches on the exhale. Now, a very important part about the exhaling breath is the ability to understand that we are more than one part. We have an inhale, and we have an exhale. So as we exhale, we realize that the nervous system is a really great thing, and that the exhaling breath utilizes the nervous system. So learning how to learn from ourselves is a really important part of becoming strong inside of ourselves. We have muscles and we have nerves, we have cells, and all of these parts work together for us in a way to become the strongest person we are, and the reflection coming from inside of ourselves, and the way in which we work outwards is with a knowledge and focus, with discipline being center, the actual classroom itself. So when we use both the inhaling and the exhaling breath, we start to understand that each lesson that we've been through elevates us to a level of learning, and each place inside of ourselves is honest with the still breath. So using all parts to realize that the body is a classroom, and that the things that we are going through are such as the student and the teacher. So the question is, how well can you focus? The closer that you become to being simple and just doing a little bit each day, the closer you become to the degree with yourself. So finding the beauty inside of yourself, the strength comes from knowing who you are and the things that you've been through that make you great. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and talk about inspiration. So I want to inspire you all to choose a couple things to focus a little bit on each day. So as you focus a little bit each day and you breathe a little bit and you find the person that you know and the lessons that you have inside of yourself, and you start to become the student, the classroom, and the teacher, you will actually start to find that you are enough and the things that you go through are plenty, and that the person that you are and the strength you have inside of yourself can become very inspiring to which degree you find yourself enjoyable. So the knowledge and knowing yourself is a great thing, and as you find that strength inside of you, a reflection of the strength that you are shows through you. So whatever lessons or things you've been through, good, bad, they're both emotion. So as we focus and we find what's honest to us, and we're honest with ourselves, the growth inside of ourselves helps us to find the beauty, to understand what we are and who we are. So as we understand who we are and the strength inside of ourselves, our reflection on the inside will become strength. I want to inspire you all to become strong within you, and so that we can all have a most beautiful world together. So as we realize just how great we are in the lessons that we've been through, the beauty and the reflection shows through you and through me, and as we inspire one another and we push ourselves to be the greater versions of the reflection of who we are inside, we can see that the beauty inside of ourselves is something great. So if you ask yourself, how great am I? Well, look inside of yourself, give yourself a couple breaths, understand what you are and how simple it is to find yourself. So when you put yourself in a place, or you lock yourself in a room, or you give yourself the ability to have time for yourself, the simplicity to find out who you are comes out. And the beauty inside of yourself shows it as a reflection from the inside, which is such a great piece, and that is why it is so inspiring. So as we inspire each other and we learn from the lessons that we all have, like art, like breathing, like strength inside of ourselves, like the external reflections showing what we see inside of ourselves, each individual has the beauty that comes from each one of us. And strength inside of ourselves shows through in different forms. Some love arts. What one might see might be something that another might not see until one completes how they feel inside of themselves. When that is actually expressed, this is called inspiration. So many different forms of inspiration are actually available to us. And like with meditation, the breath is so simple. The focus and the knowledge and the learning from the student inside in the classroom and the teacher is the hard part. So how well can you become the student of yourself, and how well can you put yourself in the classroom, and how well can you teach? So as we grow in strength inside of ourselves, the strength inside of ourselves shows through, and we're able to stand inside of ourselves. That is a beautiful thing. That is inspirational. When you're willing to find yourself, when you're willing to understand who you are to you, not to other people, that's fine. Whatever they are to themselves, no problem. It's what each individual finds the beauty inside of themselves as a reflection, and the strength that we have inside of ourselves internally that shows outwards, the light that we have in those different places and those things that we enjoy, each individual. Each person is important, and the place and the teacher, the classroom, and the students are all important, just like the inhaling breath, the holding breath, and the exhaling breath. So the beauty of each part of being yourself is a very beautiful thing, and each lesson and each way you express yourself is very beautiful as well. The strength that you have inside of yourself is a very beautiful thing. I do hope that you all have a blessed day. As always, I want to inspire you and say namaste.